Oh my god. A driver shows up to a track that nobody has ever raced on. No data. No practice laps from previous years. No setup notes. Nothing. And instead of looking worried, instead of sitting quietly in the hall or running through worst-case scenarios like every other driver on the grid, he walks into that garage with a look on his face that nobody in the NASCAR paddock was ready for. He looked excited. And the moment word spread through that garage, the moment his rivals clocked that expression, something shifted. Because this wasn't confidence. This wasn't a driver putting on a show for the cameras. This was something that made even the most experienced teams in NASCAR genuinely uncomfortable. Because they've seen this before. They know exactly what that look means. And they know what always comes next. You don't even need to say the name. Everyone in the garage already knows it. It's written on everyone's face. It's the reason your team principal keeps pulling up the same timing sheets and staring at the same car number. It's the reason the conversation in every hospitality unit, every media scrum, and every radio check somehow ends up in exactly the same place. Because out there, somewhere at the end of pit lane, is a driver who doesn't look nervous at all. And that might be the most terrifying thing you've ever seen in a NASCAR garage. NASCAR is heading to San Diego for the inaugural Qualcomm Circuit race, a 3.4-mile street course built on Naval Base Coronado, featuring 16 turns, changing pavement conditions, heavy braking zones, and walls that punish every single mistake. This track is completely unknown to the entire field. No historical data. No setup notebooks. No lap records. Every team, every engineer, every driver walking in essentially blind. Under normal circumstances, that levels the playing field. Rookies and veterans share the same information gap. But here's the thing, for one driver, the unknown isn't a problem. It's a weapon. Shane van Gisbergen arrives in San Diego and the energy in the garage changes immediately. Television discussions, betting odds, fan predictions, media scrums, one name keeps surfacing at the center of every conversation. Walk through what SVG has already built in NASCAR, the Chicago debut victory that stunned the entire sport, the rapid accumulation of road course wins that nobody saw coming this fast. 6 wins in the previous 7 road course and street course races. As one racing analyst put it, at some point it stops being a hot streak and starts becoming a dynasty. He has already tied Chase Elliott's modern-era record of 7 Cup Series road course victories. But the numbers aren't even the most unsettling part. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers on NASCAR Racing Central, and this community is growing fast because of breakdowns exactly like this one. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now, drop a like, and share this video with every NASCAR fan you know. We're building something real here, and your support is what makes it happen. The Qualcomm circuit features rough asphalt sections, constantly shifting grip levels, a technical layout, and unforgiving barriers. These are conditions that make most drivers uncomfortable, conditions that punish drivers who haven't fully adapted yet. For SVG, these are the exact conditions where he has historically looked most dangerous. Kevin Harvick noted, "The scary thing for the competition is that unknown tracks seem to make SVG even stronger." Tyler Reddick echoed that sentiment directly, "If the grip changes and conditions evolve, he gets more dangerous, not less." When media pushed SVG on the challenges San Diego presented, the rough surfaces, the unknown corners, he didn't deflect. He didn't downplay. He sounded intrigued. Almost energized. As Bob Pockrass observed, the biggest advantage SVG has isn't speed. It's adaptability. When everyone else is still learning the track, he's usually already attacking it. Recall the Chicago precedent, the first time NASCAR raced on a brand new street circuit, SVG didn't just compete. He mastered it faster than drivers who had spent decades in stock cars. AJ Allmendinger acknowledged it plainly, what SVG does with braking zones and track adaptation is elite-level stuff. While other teams are running scenarios and searching for baseline setups, SVG appears to be operating from a completely different mental framework. Shift the narrative to rival teams. Experienced NASCAR outfits are suddenly studying the same target instead of each other. Drivers who once treated road courses as opportunity weekends now face a new, uncomfortable reality. Michael McDowell stated it bluntly: "If you want to win in San Diego, chances are you're going to have to beat Shane van Gisbergen straight up. That's a tough assignment." Dale Earnhardt Jr. framed the broader pattern clearly. Every time NASCAR unloads at a new road course, the conversation starts with one question: can anyone beat Shane van Gisbergen? The garage atmosphere reflects exactly that. One analyst summarized it this way: new surface, heavy braking zones, tight walls, no data. That's basically an SVG starter pack. The broader field of names who should be challenging: Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, the road course elite, all carry legitimate contention claims, yet every one of those claims is now filtered through the same unavoidable question: is it enough to beat him? Even inside Trackhouse Racing, SVG's dominance has become impossible to ignore. Teammates are openly studying his data, learning from his approach, adjusting how they think about road course preparation. Ross Chastain said it directly: the amount of information he brings is unbelievable. Justin Marks, co-owner of Trackhouse, went further: Shane's ability to learn a circuit faster than almost anyone I've ever seen is one of his greatest strengths. When one driver inside a team generates so much data and dominance that even his own teammates are learning from him, that isn't just performance, that's influence. SVG has changed how his entire organization thinks about road course weekends. SVG enters San Diego tied with Chase Elliott at 7 Cup Series road course victories. A win here doesn't just add another trophy, it moves him into a category of his own, alone at the top of NASCAR's modern road course hierarchy. If Shane wins this weekend, the Chase Elliott comparisons are over. We're talking about a category of his own. Connect his Watkins-Glen comeback: he recovered from a massive deficit and dominated the closing stages, as evidence that SVG doesn't just win road course races, he engineers them. San Diego's biggest storyline isn't the new track. It's whether anyone can stop SVG from adding another chapter to his road course legacy. Chase Elliott himself acknowledged the shift in the competitive standard: Shane has definitely raised the standard everybody is chasing. The question that hangs over every conversation this weekend is whether what we're watching is a hot streak, or the construction of a permanent dynasty. NASCAR has always thrived on competition. Multiple names fighting for road course supremacy created storylines, generated rivalries, gave fans genuine uncertainty. SVG's run has started threatening that balance in a way the sport hasn't seen from a single road course specialist in recent memory. Sponsors are noticing. Manufacturers are noticing. Television networks are noticing. Fans are noticing. Every road course weekend is starting to feel predictable because of SVG. The deeper concern isn't speed, it's the unknown ceiling. The concern for competitors isn't that SVG is fast. It's that nobody seems to know where his limit actually is. The most telling detail about San Diego week is that every conversation starts with the track and ends with the same name. The most telling thing about San Diego week is that everyone keeps talking about the track, yet somehow the conversation always comes back to SVG. A San Diego victory doesn't just mean another win for Shane van Gisbergen. It sends a message the entire NASCAR garage would hear clearly. The field isn't chasing history this weekend. They are chasing the guy who might make history. So return to where we started: the garage, the blank setup sheets, the driver at the end of pit lane who walked in looking excited when everyone else looked worried. Has anyone actually found his ceiling yet? Because right now, in San Diego, on a track nobody knows, on a surface nobody has mapped, the most dominant road course driver in NASCAR's modern era just told the world he's ready. What does that mean for everyone else? Drop your prediction in the comments. Can anyone stop SVG in San Diego? Or is this result already written before a single lap is turned? Share this video with a NASCAR fan who thinks they know how this ends. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next.